Over 200,000 people have been forced to flee their homes in parts of France and Spain, where firefighters are struggling to control huge wildfires. Well, let's go live to our correspondent Sadiya Chowdhury, who's in the southwest of France. Sadiya, help us understand what it's like where you are.
So we're in Gironde. This is where...
We're just going to give that a moment, see if Sadiya's line comes back up. No, it has frozen, hasn't it? We'll try and reconnect with Sadiya, she's about an hour and a half to the west of Bordeaux. She's in, I think it's called Lege-Cap-Ferret.
That's right.
Where she is, and they are trying to fight a fire where she is now. Let's just see, Sadiya, if we've managed to get that line working again. Can you hear us?
Yes, so as you say, we are where the fire has just been through here. It is still raging, very much so. And I'm just going to try and show you just some of the destruction that we can see before us. This house completely destroyed. You can see there the garage doors, the windows, the roof, everything blown out. And out in the garden, miraculously, a children's sort of play structure seems to have survived. And if you can see in the distance all of those trees, you know, burnt completely, and that is because the fire came through here. Around here in the neighbouring property, and these are, remember, people's houses, so we're not going any much closer, but you can see here again, a vehicle has been burnt completely, the house is destroyed, the property, the garden, the fence, all very much charred. And you sometimes get this sense that fires burn everything in their way, in their paths. But actually, I'm going to show you another neighbouring property, and it appears to be almost completely intact. The gate clearly has burnt, but the house with the canoe on the wall and the garden still very much, you know, perhaps how the owners had left it. They are among the 110,000 people that fled this area because police knocking on their doors. They went door to door to tell people to leave this area. They are among those 110 who are dotted around evacuation centres across this region. And as I say, the weather here making this much worse. So that fire is still very much raging, and it is heading in the direction of Bordeaux, a town which is usually at this time of the year completely full of tourists. It is a very popular summer holiday destination, but now no sign of that. When we were driving up here to this epicenter, lots and lots of towns completely deserted. No shops were open. The houses are all sort of boarded up with the windows and shutters closed, and the driveways empty. You get a real sense that people left, and that they left in a hurry because some lights inside shops and businesses were still on, but the streets completely empty. The only vehicles that we're seeing are the emergency fire vehicles, dozens of them at a time just going through the road in the direction of where the fire is still burning. We know that several French firefighters have been injured in this, luckily no fatalities, but they're dealing with a massive fire, and not just here but in different parts of France as well. And even in this region there are little fires going on around this particular region. Just yesterday when we landed at the airport, a fire at the airport had shut down the northwest part of the site, and so the pilot had made an announcement to urge everyone to avoid that area. And in the town of Bordeaux, the air quality particularly bad. You know, you can smell it inside buildings as well. It is a fire that is still raging and still very much at the heart of this crisis. A huge multinational effort to try and tackle it.
Yes, indeed. Sadiya, thanks very much indeed. You really get a sense of, you know, what it's like to imagine living in that house and getting that evacuation call. It'd be quite scary, wouldn't it? Yeah. So a lot of people across France and Spain dealing with just that scenario now.